The first card we have here is the Ace of Wands. This is a fresh start. This is a new direction. Your energy is renewed. Now, you may possibly have a new attitude, maybe a new outlook on life. Maybe you desire to have something new and more purposeful in your life. Maybe you desire to have a relationship. Maybe you desire a new job. We'll find out as we get farther along. Okay. Now we have the Chariot card. What a beautiful card. Now this is success and victory. From hard work, of course, but hey, success and victory nonetheless. I'll take it. But if you have any enemies, do not worry. You will triumph over any enemy you have, any adversary, anybody who's against you. Well, they'll eventually get put in their place, so don't worry. But this card gives you tremendous focus and inner strength, and you're extremely focused on a goal. And this card also can indicate possible travel, so we'll keep this in mind. Now here we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the reverse position. Something I do want to mention is this is the Jupiter card. And for the Sagittarius Sun listeners, I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Just a moment, please. Okay, I apologize for that. My dog was barking and I had to have my son take her upstairs so that she doesn't constantly interrupt. So, I was talking about Jupiter going into the 12th house for my Sagittarius sons, okay? Now, basically, our 12th house is our house of our own self-undoing, but the 12th house is also about hidden enemies. So, at first glance, I just wanted to make note of this because this won't fit all of you, but it may apply to some of you. So some of you might have some enemies to deal with, and they will more than likely be hidden, especially if you are a Sagittarius sun. But if you are a Sagittarius rising or a Sagittarius moon, more than likely they won't, but there is still that possibility, so we cannot overlook it. But I just want you to be aware of that. Now, for the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position, it's like situations are in disarray. It's like a feeling of no action, no momentum, like everything's at a complete standstill. But you got to remember that this is a wheel. I mean, it's going to go round and round, so it cannot stay down for very long. This wheel will turn for you, Sag. So don't get too down. Now, with it being in the reverse position, this can say that a lucky cycle has come to a halt. Okay? But there is a call to slow down. Know when to hold and know when to fold them. So we're going to clarify all these and look deeper into the situation. Now we have the Seven of Wands. You're standing your ground. Your courage is extremely evident. And maybe you're experiencing some stiff competition, probably in business, but this could be personal life as well. And sometimes this card can indicate that that someone or something may appear to be an enemy. So, right off the bat, we have 3 cards that can be about an enemy. This card, not so much, but given the fact that Jupiter has moved into the 12th house, and the 12th house is hidden enemies, we can come to the conclusion that we have 3 cards basically saying that there could be an enemy. So definitely be on the lookout, and I'm sure you will be because your courage is quite evident here. You will defend what is yours. You'll fight tooth, nail. I have no doubt in you, Sagittarius. You guys know how to get shit done. Excuse my language, but you do. Now we have the Knight of Wands. He's in the reversed position. Okay, this can speak of conflict, jealousy, insecurities, and a lot of times self-doubt. And you're probably waiting on a message, especially in regards to the new situation, new way you're trying to go. I think you're probably waiting on a message and it's being delayed. And you might be feeling argumentative. I know I can't blame you. But I mean, you could have issues right now. This could be at home, at business, or at your job. I mean, either way. This card can encompass pretty much all aspects of life when it comes to the whole conflict and jealousy, self-doubt, insecurities. We'll come back to that. Now here we have the Ten of Wands. This is the Saturn in Sagittarius card, which Saturn is still in Sagittarius. But this card comes with a very oppressed type of feeling. Sag, you guys want to help others, but you need to try to not take on the burdens of others. And if you're not taking on the burden of others, then you definitely want to be careful on how much you're trying to do all at once, because this is an extremely heavy load. And as you see, he just looks like he is exhausted. You're not going to be able to bear this load for much longer, Sagittarius, so please definitely be cautioned in how much you take on. You don't need to have too many irons in the fire. Sometimes you might try to help someone in your immediate or extended family, and you need to actually try to keep your own priorities straight. While helping is good, it can be very burdensome. So please just be vigilant of this, okay? You don't want to take on too much. Now we have this nasty, evil devil. Now this is a bondage to our fears. Sometimes we can be obsessed with having fears, or we can be obsessed with a particular fear that holds us back, keeps us trapped in a cage, or like we're in chains and shackles. But you don't have to be. But sometimes the mind can be a tricky thing, especially if you're obsessing over a fear. But this can also indicate that maybe your sexual energy is a little excessive, maybe a bit out of control. And this could also indicate that you were in a toxic relationship, possibly. That could even be borderline abusive. Now, if you were in a relationship like that, it looks to me like the call is going to be to let go. We don't need any extra toxicity in our lives. Now, this can also be paranoia as well. But I also need to bring up that this could be addictions as well. So, and addictions can range from shopping too much, to eating too much, to smoking too much, to drinking too much. This could even be drugs or alcohol. It could even be gambling. There's a wide variety of addictions, so we're going to clarify these, like I said, because I'm quite concerned with this next one here. Now here we have the Death card. So, death is pretty much about total change, like complete total change. It's a transformation. There's an old chapter of your life and it's coming to a close. And you don't want to continue to live in the past. I mean, this will be a major change that requires you to leave the past behind. So, letting go can be one of the hardest things to do, and so I can totally sympathize and understand. But I am a little concerned about these two right here together because I'll come back to this because wow, this is heavy. Okay. Now we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse position. Now, when the Nine of Swords is in the reverse position, you are slowly healing from a traumatic event or traumatic conditions in your life that have occurred. And with this card, there was depression because of these traumatic situations or conditions. Lots of depression, lots of sleepless nights. I mean, just horrible, horrible mental pain, emotional pain. It's bad. And this could also indicate that, there was a loss. And if that is the case, then when you combine these three cards, now this is only going to be for a few of you, okay? This is not going to be for all of you. But I have to say this because this will resonate with someone. Now, someone could have potentially, there's a few of you. Some of you may have experienced losing someone through an addiction. And they pass. And this is you. You had been traumatized over losing this person. And you were having a very hard time getting over it. But now the healing process has begun. Okay? Now, as I said, this will be for a few of you. This is not going to be for all of you. Now, in regards to most of you, I can say that whatever situation these three cards are bringing, it's not a pretty situation, okay? It's pretty toxic, and there is a call to be done. Close that chapter. You don't need this devil in your life. You need to tell that devil, go back to hell. So, but the bottom of my deck was the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this shows that you will start healing. You are in the healing process. Now, something else I must mention is maybe some of you might have had a close call with death. maybe some of you had to have a surgery, like a major surgery, okay? And if that's the case, you will recover if that is the case. But we're going to clarify, so we'll get deeper here and see how this turns out. Because I'm ready to find out. Wow, this is like good things, and then enemies, and burdens, and wow, just wow. But the best part is the healing has begun. So either way, no matter how bad it's been, Sag, it's getting better. Okay, Queen of Wands, of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Princess of Cups, the Ace of Wands first, Princess of Swords, Ace of Swords. Wow, okay. So it definitely looks like endings. We got new beginnings. And another new beginning. And the Empress on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Woo! Stuff's been heavy, Sag. Okay. Ace of Wands, and we are clarifying, and it is the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So, typically we would say this is a Leo lady, but, either way, it's the wand suit. So, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. But this woman, she's easily agitated. She's in a bad mood. Sometimes with this card, it can indicate that you're being too forceful with your words, and sometimes with your actions too. Maybe you might feel like being a little bossy or pushy. I mean, let's be honest, Sag, you guys like to get stuff done. You guys don't want to dilly-dally around. Who's got time for patience, But either way, this woman, she's very passionate. But with that passion can come a little aggression. So you want to try to be a little careful with your aggression. I'd have to say assertive would be a better stance instead of aggressive. So we'll see. Okay. We clarified the Chariot, and we got the Prince of Pentacles. So, this is good news. This could potentially be a new job offer. Now, there is a possibility that maybe you decide to sell your vehicle. Or maybe you're trying to get a loan for a new vehicle. Because the Chariot definitely represents vehicles. So, you could either be trying to sell a vehicle, or you could be trying to get a loan for a new vehicle. But this is definitely a positive here. So, it looks like if you were trying to apply for a loan, it looks like it'll be approved. And sometimes in rare instances, sometimes there's a move, and typically with the Chariot, it's a move away from home, so it's, like moving to another state. So Or this could be even another country, so it's just something to keep in mind. It's not going to fit all of you, but it might fit some of you. I have to mention it. Okay. We had our Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position, and it is now clarified by the Six of Swords. Now, this shows that there is definitely a difficult cycle coming to an end, and you're moving away from it. And this can also signify a trip across water, too, so the Chariot. So, yeah, there's definitely a possibility of a trip. It doesn't necessarily have to be over water, but there's a trip nonetheless. Now, the thing about this card is they're leaving a sad situation. They're leaving something behind that was truly sad. This could be a difficult work situation. This could be difficulty with your family. Or it could have just been difficulty with the home life. Or maybe there could have been difficulties with, a job that forces you to have to move. Maybe you have to move in conjunction with a job offer. And maybe these situations have been pretty sad. Okay, we clarified the Seven of Wands, and we got the Princess of Cups. And this could be messages of romance, or encouraging letters, or emails or texts for this day and age as well. But this could also be help from a devoted family member, or help from a devoted friend. Someone wants to help. So I would definitely accept the help. But either way, your life is changing for the better. Now, there is difficulties involved in this change. Let's keep it on 1,000 here. It's difficult, but sometimes closing old chapters can be pretty painful, but you have people that want to help you. So let them in. Let them help. Now we have the Knight of Wands. And to clarify the Knight of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, which we had the Ace of Wands upright here. So, there's something you're missing. And I kind of feel like, seeing as how this is a card of insecurity, self-doubt, conflict, jealousies, I kind of feel like maybe the project you're trying to begin here, I feel like there's a lot of self-doubt or insecurities involved. Or maybe you're just feeling really lethargic. I mean, there's been a lot going on here, so who would not feel tired after going through all of these changes? It looks like, it almost feels like you guys are on a roller coaster. Wow. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Whew, this is heavy. But I do have a feeling that whatever you were trying to start, I feel like you're gonna have to start over because you're missing too many things, and it's necessary to start over, and you need to take time out, which I know the whole Sag energy is not good with taking a time out because you guys just like to get stuff done fast, and I don't blame you, but sometimes we can miss out on opportunities when we're trying to speed right through something. But I want you guys to take your time to regroup so that when you do start again, and you will, okay? You will start again. But I want you guys to make sure that you have everything that you need. I want you guys to be full on motivated and ready to just conquer whatever this new situation is that you guys want to create for yourself. Okay, we clarified our Ten of Wands, and we got the Princess of Swords in the reverse position. Now, with this card, this can mean sudden events coming to your life very soon, and these events can have a bit of a strange twist to them. Now, you must realize that no matter what it is, it will usher in better changes at the end, although this will be experienced negatively in the beginning. Now, I must also mention that if this is a child in your life, their behavior could be pretty unpredictable right now and causing you much worry. And I must also mention that with the Princess of Swords, no matter whether she's in the reversed or the upright position, there is a secret. But it's much better in the reverse position because this secret is going to come out. So if you guys feel that someone has been keeping something from you, or if you feel maybe one of your children have been keeping something from you, well, you're right, and it's going to come out. But things are going to get better. Don't worry. I know this feels like it's negative, but it does have a good ending. Yeah, we had our Devil card, and we clarified, and we got the Ace of Swords. So, the Ace of Swords is about new beginnings. You've risen out of a very difficult situation here. And now you hold the card, so to speak. We could call you the Ace of Spades. You're holding that Ace of Spades. You have focus, you have logic, you have lots of inner strength. It's all on your side right now. And now, any project that you try from this point on, you will be able to see through all the difficulties to the project's conclusion. So, while this may seem negative, it will lead you to being able to make it through this project and completing it. So, not all hope is lost. Now, we clarified the Death card, and we got the Fool card in reverse position. Now, this can speak of delays. See, when we have the Fool card in the upright position, we're taking off, we're desiring something new. Whether that's just a new life, a new place to live, a new understanding. I mean, whatever it is, there's always a new start associated with the Fool. But this new star may be fraught with some difficulties, so please beware. It's delays, troubles. Now, please, please, please be careful, because this card can also be associated with unwise choices and thoughtless actions. And the Queen here can be a bit too aggressive and not think things through. And I know how Sagittarius energy is. You guys are blunt. So I would just caution to try to, let me emphasize, try. You need to try to think about what you're going to say before you say it. Because this can cause problems that you didn't necessarily need to have. But, oh, who am I kidding? Oh, you guys are just blunt, and that's just the way it is. You're going to say what you think, you know. I get it. But you want to try to be careful with what you say. And be careful with what you do. You don't want to hurt people too badly. Because sometimes that can end up hurting you later down the line. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My allergies are really bad right now. And this card is also indicating that you're like wanting your freedom, which is so sad of you. But sometimes when you want something and you're just trying to go for it like too fast, too much too soon can ruin it all for you. So you need to try to slow down. I know I'm repeating myself, but you gotta try to slow down. Be careful, you know, there's still rocks in the road, okay? And I don't want you guys to stumble over them. Now, some of you will do what you want, but some of you might listen, so I gotta put the message out there. Now, the bottom of the deck, for clarifying, we got the Empress. So, this shows that happiness is to come. Now, something I want to mention, now this is not for all of you, okay, but this is for some of you. This could indicate a pregnancy. So, if this is something that you want, great. If not, you might want to take some protective measures. So, just had to mention that. Now, with that being said, now out of the way, this is happy conditions with the home, maybe with your marriage, maybe with your relationship. And maybe this is just general happiness and contentment. But either way, hey, happiness, we'll take it. And this could also be a supportive woman or supportive women that are willing to help. So, again, here you had the Princess of Cups, and I mentioned someone may try to help you. Well, this right here just says that again. So, if someone tries to help, she's probably going to be female. Not necessarily, though. It can be either way, but if someone's trying to help, let them help you. And this could also be a new home. And given the fact of what we discussed up here, this could be a new home. But this looks like a happy home. So, yeah, you guys definitely had some turbulent experiences here, but it's going to lead to happiness. So, everything is looking up. A cycle of prosperity has begun. And if it hasn't, it's on its way. Now, Let's see what the Love Oracle has to say. Worth waiting for. Separation. Release your ex. Okay. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Now, this Death card could have very much been symbolic of needing to close one chapter, needing to be done with something. And the Six of Swords can also represent moving away from a bad situation, as the Devil could have been a toxic relationship. Okay? So even our general reading is influencing your love life. So I believe that your love life has been part of this as well. Let's clarify these cards real quick. I promise I'm almost done. The Dreamer. So this is the Fool. Five of Water. And the Lovers. Okay. Worth waiting for. And the Dreamer. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams and unexpected opportunities. Like I said, this is a new situation. You had the Fool over here. This is just called the Dreamer in this deck. He was in the reverse position there. Now it's in the upright position. So I believe a lot of your difficulties have to do with your love life. And some of you guys are definitely tied to someone that is toxic, and you need to let them go. Separation. And then we have the Five of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. Now, in other decks, especially Rider-Waite, you see a woman who has 2 cups remaining and then 3 have fallen over. And she's literally crying over the ones that are broken, but she is not noticing that she still has 2 that are full. So this definitely indicates that there are some issues within a relationship. Maybe you're experiencing pain over something that you just cannot, it's already occurred, but you can't seem to get over it. But separation seems like it's necessary, especially with this evil devil here. Release your ex. And then we have the Lovers card. So this gives me the feeling that you feel very much tied. Now, anytime we have the devil, this can be a toxic relationship, okay? But anytime you have this toxic relationship has, let's just say it's very karmic, okay? And anytime we have the Lovers card, well, we automatically think soulmates. So just because you've been with a soulmate doesn't necessarily mean that it's meant to work out. I think you need to release them. And once you release them, maybe the next can come. But you got to clear your energy for it. Okay, not all hope is lost, Sag. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get a lot better. Keep on healing. There is help on the way. Supportive women. Things are gonna turn around. They're gonna get better. It's a little rough patch right now, but it's all going to be for the better. When one door closes, another opens always. In the meantime, I send you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. And I will see you guys next month.